What do you think about how you look? The biggest thing I don't like about my body is my gut and love handles. And they categorically never go away. They just don't. And like I look at Jared's physique sometimes, he got that little baby waist kind of always, and I'm just like, what does it feel like to just be a superhero all the time? And that's like some shit I had to deal with early in my bodybuilding journey. And now, that's great. Thank you. You got like half the. Let's go, Jared. Here we go. There we go. Fuck. Pull-ups, man. Just not a lot beats fucking pull-ups. A lot of guys get real fancy with their back shit, you know, which is totally cool. One arm crunch bullshit. Just look, if the stimulus to fatigue ratio for you is good, absolutely do it. But it's a little strange to Jared and I when people just don't do pull-ups for no good reason other than the fact that when you're 230, 240, 250, 260, how many pull-ups do you usually do? 10. 10. Look at his back. He's like, yeah man, 20 pull-ups, whatever. Real good, high quality pull-ups with good eccentric control, range of motion. It's just humbling as fuck.
Totally.
There's a lot of really big bodybuilders who don't do them. Because they just bang out 405 with shit technique. Get the ladies' pussy cheeks, pussy lips clapping. But, Jesus Christ. What's he saying? But, pull-ups for me, I've come back to them a few times in my career. And every time I come back, I'm like, why did I ever leave? For me, like, categorically better than lat pull downs. There's zero concentric eccentric friction difference. The eccentric load on the pull-ups is so unbelievable. And pull-ups are still one of the only exercises for back which gives me profound and long-lasting delayed onset muscle soreness. Session after session after session after session. I'm going to have DOMs on my lats for sure after the session because I'm doing 4 sets of pull-ups. There's just no alternative. And it's just such a great exercise, but so many ways to do it wrong. And also humbling. And sometimes a lot of people are better off doing pull-downs than assisted pull-ups because if you teach them proper pull-up technique, they actually can't even do 5 reps.
Absolutely.
Big, strong people with huge backs. And so for them, working assisted pull-ups for a while and then transitioning to pull-ups. Also, if you're thinking in your own training, when should I try pull-ups? Towards the middle to end of a fat loss phase, that's when you want to try it.
Yeah.
Peak of mass.
It's a good ego boost.
Yes. It's also just like technically easier to do because you're like, you feel like you have more control.
You're more aerodynamic.
Yes.
I find there's less stuff like flying up to hit you in the face
sure.
with momentum.
Body fat.
Yeah, it's been there. I gotta say, like the best when I was bodybuilder, back in my day, when I was a bodybuilder, the best workouts I would have would just be pull-ups, and I'll do a snatch grip deadlift or some kind of snatch grip hinge for the rest of the erectors, everything, and that would be my complete workout that I would hit probably twice a week. And I've experimented a lot with the latest trends, biomechanical, single arm, crossbody, this, and I like them. They feel good. You know, they definitely feel good. And you might get an unusual stretch, but have I actually seen significantly better or more, or even the same growth and stimulus that I would get from just good quality pull-ups? No. So I always come back to them.
To beat.
Yeah, but I really believe people should be like experimenting and trying, but I'm yet to find anybody who has found it objectively better to remove pull-ups outside of pain and discomfort.
Yes, and sometimes people get pain and discomfort because they get to pull-ups, they're heavy, and their technique's not that great. Their shoulders hurt, their elbows hurt. A lot of times they just don't give themselves the time to do some submaximal pull-up work to groove back into pull-ups. Once you do groove back in, you'll notice that like all the pain is pretty decent or gone, and then everything works pretty well. But some people try it, one session their elbow hurts a little, they're like, fuck that. So at the end of the day, I think it's mostly ego stuff. You know? That's the stuff. I already have a fucking back pump. You got a pump yet, Jared?
Oh yeah. I've got a back pump right now, guys.
I'm sure you have an everything pump.
My mirror neurons just going ape shit right now. Like, it might just be the transient trend seeping out of your pores.
It's like acid, you always have a little bit of it after you do it. God, trend flashback would be terrible. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Here we go, Jared. Fuck. How you feeling? Big.
Tired, but
Tired.
feeling it.
Another thing that I find is a little different with our training than over a lot of other training is we don't do that many exercises per session. We do quite a few sets. To me, the perceptive stimulus to fatigue ratio, how good the pump is, how little the joints hurt, how clued in you are on mind-muscle connection with your technique, how smooth everything feels. I mean, it just improves set to set to set for at least 3 sets, often as many as 5. Up to, I found, 7. More than 7 sets, you're like over the shit. So, because generally from sets 1 and 2 and 3 at least, you get improvements in the perception of how smooth the movement feels, to use some kind of term. To me, it's odd when people do 1 top set, 1 back down set, and then they go to another exercise. And out of just sheer laziness, I hate doing that because I gotta re-warm up on another machine. You get to another exercise, you gotta find your groove. That's at least 1 warm-up set. You might need 2 sets to really get where you're going. And if you've got a good thing started, like, just fucking go. You know, like, it's almost like, you know, all it comes to me lately is sex analogies. Fuck's wrong with my brain, but like, it's like when you fucking do shit in the bedroom for the first time, second time, third time with someone, like, you know, you've seen some movies before, you kind of want to try a bunch of positions, but like once you're into having sex for real, for a while, as soon as you're in a position and everyone's having fun and you're grooving, just go, bro. just milk that out. And when, you know, when it gets a little old, then you switch. It's just crazy to me when people like have 6 back exercises in one day. I'm just like, dude, Jared and I do 2, sometimes 3. Jared, 2, 3 exercises on back day?
Oh yeah.
Like a row, a vertical pull, sometimes a lat prayer. That's it. And you just, people will look at me like, did you do 4 sets? Like, yeah. The set totals are the same between our 2 workouts usually. Sometimes we do a little less volume nowadays than other folks. But as you can tell, having trained with us, our sets are a little tougher. Well, you know, it was this 8-set leg workout you did with us, and it's like, sorry, set 9 would have been a non-starter. But to me, it's at least something to think about for folks listening. Like, lock in, get your exercise going, warm up, start working sets, groove. And if the reps get a little low, take some load off. Obviously, in pull-ups, that's impossible, but we could, let's say if we had an assisted pull-up machine, we could do 3 sets here, 2 sets unassisted. It's almost the same movement. You don't need to warm up again. You just keep that groove going. And so if you do 2 or 3 exercises, you get good at them. It's an awesome pump, mind-muscle connection, smoothness. And the best part is, because you only do, let's say, 2 back days a week, 2 exercises, 3 exercises per back day, that's like 4 or 5 total exercises you do for the back for an entire mesocycle. And you have maybe 10 that are really good. So your deletion and replacement algorithm has so much room. Has you ever been at that point, Eugene, with your training where you're like looking for another bicep exercise? You're like, I've done all of them already.
Totally.
And I'm not fresh for any of them. I'm stale on all of them. I don't want to do anything. You don't want to be in that position. That's time for active rest.
Yeah.
But it's good when you do minimum number of exercises, not minimal for its own sake, but just not a ton, no extra. You end up having so many back exercises. You do like pull-ups and cable rows and do some, you know, like dumbbell bent rows and some underhand pull downs on the other day. And then like months later, you're like, ooh, barbell bent rows, and they feel new and they feel fresh and they feel amazing. You do them for another 3 months, and then you go back to the exercises you used to do, and it was 3 months ago that we did them. Basically, my body doesn't remember shit. And so Jared and I have the system of rotation because we train with so few exercises. There's always exercises around that are novel, and so we reintroduce novelty all the time. And novelty absolutely has a causative relationship with muscle growth because muscles encounter adaptive resistance. You do the same thing all the time, they're gonna be like, fuck this. Now, of course, they still grow, but slower. You can strategically change every few months the exercises that you're doing. They feel fresh. They're not beating up your joints in the same way. You do enough bent rows, some shit starts hurting. And then just more bent rows is not the answer, but you need other exercises. But if you do 12 back exercises a week, you open up your handy dandy goodie bag of next exercises, you go, this is just dust because you have them all out on the floor already. So sometimes it's better to use some shit, pull it back, use some other shit. People will say like, oh, like, yeah, you get sore at first when you start training. Jared and I get sore after almost every training session for our entire careers. So when people say DOMS is just novelty, bullshit, fucking total bullshit. But it is some novelty, and we rotate that novelty in. And then once you get the novelty, then you increase your load, increase your volume, decrease your RIR, and you get sore and sore and sore and sore, or at least stimulated very robustly.
I think the only reason you see that like our eccentrics are a little different.
Yeah.
Obviously there's that range, but I think the SFR for Mike with that is a lot better, right? You feel that a lot better on
Like
the
going
pull-ups,
faster with
SFR.
eccentric.
A little bit faster on the eccentric. It doesn't hurt your elbows. It's a better SFR for you.
You know, a slower on the eccentric is going to be roughly the same SFR. But once I have an eccentric pace that is great SFR and I'm used to it, so that auto cadence,
Yeah.
then I'm just locked in.
Yeah.
So in another
Yeah.
variation, I could do slower eccentric.
I never really do them that fast. I think it's just, it beats my shit up.
Sure.
So that's why I don't do it.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Sure.
And I think that's important, isn't it? Because a lot of people will see like maybe me lifting very slow
And then
or
me
you
and
lifting
Mike,
fast
yeah.
and be like, hang on, what's the right one tempo? But it should be, well, we're trying to find the goal of SFR,
Yes.
not 8 seconds or not 2 seconds.
Right.
Exactly.
And there's no wrong answers. Could be
Yeah.
8, could be 2, could be anything in between.
Yeah.
Go, Jared. Hell yeah.
I feel like a lot of lifters go through that process where you first start lifting. If you're under a coach, the coach probably gives you maybe 2 exercises for a body part because you're doing so much stuff. They want to just introduce some stimulus, and then when you get hooked, you're like, I want to fucking do everything.
Sure.
And then you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, you find 20 different best exercise lists, and you do all of them. But then you eventually, I find, when you get to a more advanced stage, one thing you have to go through a process of removal and simplification, but you also find like it makes your workouts better to do so. I know like, when I was bodybuilding, I was also working as a trainer. I only had maybe 30, on a good day, 40 minutes to work out in my sessions. Whoa. In between like seeing all my clients, and I was going to uni as well. So I had to be very specific, saying what's going to give me the most bang for my buck, and it would literally be maybe 3 exercises if I was lucky, and that might be 2 back, 1 bicep, and I'd got to get out of there. And I'll try to train every day because it was 30, 40 minutes.
Sure, you have to.
And then now the last few years I've been doing a lot more just hybrid catabolic shit instead. But when it comes to gym work, I've got to be judicious.
Yes.
It's like if I want to go for a 2-hour run, I've got to make sure that if I want to maintain some leg size, I can't fuck around and do 2-hour leg sessions as well, or 30 sets with 10 exercises. I find that an interesting like evolution or process. That I've gone through one thing, but I find a lot of lifters, they all go through it because it's enticing to be the forever intermediate.
Yes.
Of doing 50 fucking sets and 20 exercises.
People also get a little paranoid and think, if I don't do all these exercises, I'm not checking all the boxes.
Yeah, where's your iliac lat, Mike?
I don't know, I don't have one. I just have enormous fucking lats. It's training can be simpler. It doesn't have to be, but what I'd say is the onus is on the person who increases the complexity to justify that. If training works when it's simple, it can be better when it's complicated, but it has to be justified. So for example, if let's say you work at a design team to manufacture microprocessors, and you have a very simple way of doing it that makes great chips. If you come to your boss and go, look, I got a way that's gonna get our chips better, it's much more complicated. The next thing he's gonna say is, what's the yield gonna be? Is it going to double processing power? And you're like, well, it's about the same. He's going to be, get the fuck out of my office. We're going to retool our equipment for what? Nothing? So if you're going to do 18 exercises, 50 different angles, but at least have some rationale for it.
Totally.
And if your rationale is like, well, just kind of try to fucking get that, you just didn't think that through. I'm going to take my shirt off for the gram, so
fuck yeah.
Mr. Jared here can videotape me doing slutty shit.
Would you like a hand getting that off, Michael? Oh, you're not that big, sorry.
Not that big yet. I will say, if it's like a stringer tank, and I'm closer to 250, sometimes I'm like, it would just be easier if I ripped this off. We good to go, Jared? Mm-hmm. I think 8's the goal here. Can you record me in a way that makes me sexier?
No.
Like, why is she with him? Like, why thing? He's a huge dick.
Don't worry, I have the offset product placement for you.
Here we go. Fuck yeah. All right.
You want a bar instead or handles?
You know,
This is looking a bit too optimal for you, I think.
it's a little optimal. Let me see how these feel for a sec. And then if they feel meh, then I will try the bar connect here, yeah? So
Yeah, there's a dildo for that.
dildo attachment. Ooh. Yep, bar it is. Oh, this is great. As always with Atlantis equipment, I wish I had one of these. They honestly look ridiculous. You get bigger every time I see them. You always think they're losing muscle.
Yeah, I feel small.
I know.
That's the bodybuilder complex, man. You got to get out of that.
No, seriously, Jared, it's got it bad. I never get tired of telling you this. You're fucking delusional.
Never started telling you.
But it's good news.
I feel tiny.
Jared.
I feel like
You know what?
excessively fucking small.
I've lost, I don't know, like 20, 30 pounds of muscle. I still look in,
You're like, I feel great. So anyway.
and it's okay. You have too.
What do you think about how you look?
I'm happy with it. Like,
Oh, great.
It is so tempting because I know how quickly I could put on muscle, not because I'm genetically gifted, but because I've been there.
You've been there, you.
And I'm like, just give me some super fucking subs.
Yeah.
and it would happen. My body will soak it up,
Sure,
and if
even-
I actually
even
trained
without
properly
a
for it,
dedicated
yeah,
hypertrophy.
totally. If I did a dedicated hypertrophy block,
Yeah.
there would be some muscle that would grow from
Oh,
that
yeah.
very
Tons.
easily.
Tons.
So there's always like, it could be more.
Well, let me put you guys on this shit I'm dealing with. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
No, go for it.
I'm getting
Always cut me
older. I'm almost 40. So I'm getting paranoid about, like, can I just not gain muscle anymore? Am I losing muscle now?
Yeah.
And every time I have that thought, I like take a couple pictures and check my body weight, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the best shape I've ever been. So I have to like counter that delusion. That my idea is to quit at age 42, just retire on top of my best. I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, I turned pro, great. If not, no big deal. I don't want to train with weights for the goal of maximizing hypertrophy when I am aged out of that. That to me is the biggest tragedy
Totally.
I've ever seen. You're at age 57 and you're red in the face because you're on tren all the time, but your arms are small now. It's the worst. Oof, works every time. Ah. Big arch at the top. Yep. Yep. trying today. Yeah, Jerry, let's gain a little weight over this next week.
Do you feel like a lot of people will be in bodybuilding or getting into like physique development, not even bodybuilding competitively, and not realize that there's a season where they're going to look their best, and they think that they're just going to continue to just be chasing the end that's potentially unattainable, and then they'll get to this 50 plus, red in the face from trend, thinking, I'm still going to just look that little bit better. I've got to put on 10 more pounds of muscle.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
And a very related thing is people want to look their best all the time. And especially in social media, especially if you're like a social media influencer or whatever, it's real tough. Like I had a moment, Jared and I were collabing with a guy who will remain nameless. Great guy, no disrespect meant by
We'll call him Bob, because that's his actual name.
And he's like bigger than Jared. And at the time I was, Jared and I were helping coach him through a workout. We made some jokes, blah, 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 a little banter. And we were like, dude, you're so big. And he said something effective like, yeah, man, Jared's big too. And he looks at me, he's like, yeah, you know, Dr. Mike. And I was on TRT. And when I go on TRT, I always do it at a time where I'm barely training. I had actually just basically not trained hard for 3 weeks because I overtrained and then I had to take a bunch of time off. So I was both like not so lean and just small, light. And it was a trip to feel that feeling of like, oh shit, I'm small. But like, it's probably never sunk into Jared because Jared's seen me enough in my like good shape. Whereas like, you know, tell me if I'm wrong, but like when I'm lean and big, like it's kind of freaky. There's all kinds of density that it doesn't make any sense. And so like, it was weird because I wanted to be like, well, like when I want to be, I'm big. That's what I wanted to say to the guy to justify it. So the fuck am I going to justify anything to anybody? But my own brain doesn't accept the idea that there's times, periodizations, times you look great, times you don't, times you look great, times you don't. And it's so tempting, especially in this kind of digital media world, to always want to look your best, especially if you're somebody like Jared. You're in Vegas, you're at 5 gyms, everyone knows you. You come in not looking your best, you come in on TRT to do your maintenance training, people talk, they might not talk to you, or they might talk to you, be like, you doing good, man, you sick or something? And you're just like, God damn it. And then social media is even worse. You post your pictures, your videos, and people are like, what the hell? Like, I cleaned up my technique once on a few exercises, and this one guy who was a king incel troll guy, he's like, did you just get weaker on everything? And it was like, if I wasn't who I am and didn't know some things, I would be really upset at that.
Absolutely.
And so there's that desire from younger people and older people alike to just always be peaked. And you can actually do that if you just run fucking 500 megs of trend on top of 2 other grams of gear year round. You'll always look veiny and amazing. And one day you'll go to the doctor's office and they're going to look at your chart and be like, you should probably contact your family members because you just don't have that long to live. So it's definitely a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Periodization, knowledge of periodization, the idea that periodization exists really helps.
Totally.
Because you're like, I remember Louis Simmons said something where he's like, periodization is stupid, block periodization is stupid. He goes, I can have my guys peaked for a meet, anytime you tell me, 4 weeks later they're peaked. And my response to that was, what, that's the surprise powerlifting meets people put on? The fuck are you talking about? I know when Worlds is 12 months before. I know when Nationals is 8 months. You know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But that kind of mentality is like always being at your best. It's a tough thing to fight. You want to take a shot at this? All right. Here we go, Jared. Yep. Let's go lat veins.
Oh my god, fuck. Oh.
Here's some insight on some shit. The biggest thing I don't like about my body is my gut and love handles. And they categorically never go away. They just don't. And like I look at Jared's physique sometimes, he got that little baby waist kind of always, and I'm just like, what does it feel like to just be a superhero all the time? And that's like some shit I had to deal with early in my bodybuilding journey, with being like, that's just gonna be my shape. Now, when I'm dried out, when I pose, it's all good, whatever. But it's just kind of trippy. Like, I was on vacation with friends, and their 4-year-old daughter. Now, I was like, that was the Mexico one where I got those pictures. I looked fucking legendary. Just like amazing. Real 5'8" that time. And I was walking outside. I literally had a 6-pack with veins crisscrossing. And she's like, why is your stomach so big? And I'm like, oh God.
It's crushed your soul.
Back in middle school again. I was like, the fuck out of my face, bitch. Just kidding. She punched me in the face and I just never recovered. But it's a trip to be like, yeah, it's just what I look like.
Everyone's got their thing, you know.
Everyone's except for Jared when you're born perfect, you know.
Yeah, I have small arms. I'm the same with my arms.
Did you say small arms?
Yeah.
That's like categorically delusion.
No, it's not.
Jared,
When I go into open bodybuilding, I'm gonna have the smallest arms on stage.
Yeah, it's like my small
except
calves,
for your
Jared.
triceps.
Right, my triceps are big.
Like my small
Okay, so you do
calves.
When I do
realize
this.
triceps are a part of your arm.
Right, so you realize when I put my arms up like this in a front double, my arms look fucking small compared to everybody. You know how bodybuilding works.
Yep.
It shocked me to realize, like, as I got into the bodybuilding scene, how much there was of their site injections.
Yeah.
I assumed site injections is you're immediately going to become Valentino.
Yes, Rich Piana.
Yeah.
And like it's obvious.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it's very omnipresent at higher levels. It's done more tastefully than a Greg Valentino.
Like the hyaluronic acid shit now. So like Metaform. And it's just like a water-based substance.
Yeah.
It goes around the fascia, then it just dissolves. Like 3
magic.
days.
Magic. That's the best 3 days of your life, though, huh?
That's it. Have you measured your arms?
Why the fuck would I do that? They're tiny.
I don't know, man. I just don't look that small. Clearly homosexual, but not that small.
It's weird to hear him say that he thinks his triceps are good, but his biceps aren't. When I look at the arm, I say, you know what? I think his biceps look bigger than his triceps.
Don't tell him that.
I know,
He'll kill himself.
I was giving him like a big complex. Like, fuck.
That's all right. With delts that big, he can't feel too bad about himself. Jared's front relaxed pose, like when he hits it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
In the first, like, that's the first shot at the show. I've literally seen the Jared just be like, get in the middle. 'Cause he also has crazy quad sweep. And he's an amazing poser. So as soon as he hits that shit, it's like, wow. And a little waist coming in there. Wild. I remember I was one of the shows when he was trying to turn pro. And at the show, was he turned pro? And as soon as he hit the front relaxed, I started laughing. Which people probably thought I was laughing at the people on the stage. Yeah. So, they had you in the middle for that show anyway, and then you just never moved.
Yeah.
Was that by accident, or they kind of knew you were gonna?
We're just trying to help you get more reps,
Totally
Jared.
random chance.
No, they called me first on purpose.
Yeah. Looking good, huge.
can
Nice
never have too
eccentric
much of an arm
control.
pump. Hey,
Nice eccentric control.
thank you.
Jerry, what are those 20s?
30s?
Oh. We're using 30s, huh? Big man. You know why you're never going to be as good as Ronnie Coleman? Because you white. That's the wrong answer on the test. Wow. Bodybuilding exam, question 1. Are you white? Yes? You
Fail.
failed. Like, Ronnie, what do you think about Jay Cutler? Never heard of him. Is that guy that took second me about 18,000 times? Fuck that white motherfucker. Yeah.
Too light?
It's good for 20. Fuck. I want to do, you pumped? So yeah, can you do a forearm thing for the camera?
Oh, this thing?
So this is, make sure you focus. This is nuts.
It's right here.
There, get the focus going. What the fuck is in there? I'll see if
I wish my ass was striated like that. That'd be
so
great.
sweet.
Can you move your veins? Like not, like can you push them around and stuff?
Like this?
Like I can like reposition my vein a little bit.
Oh, probably in certain areas, yeah, like this.
Like a little
Yeah.
snake. Yeah, but can you do it in those ones? Oh yeah. This is nurse porn.
Nurse porn.
This is phlebotomist porn. People are going to be googling nurse porn and be like, "What the fuck's going on? This isn't what I searched. This is
a man.
This is 100 times better."
Yeah, nurse porn usually means something pretty distinct.
Gotta push your elbows forward, see how you like the stretch. Just try
Forwards there?
You don't have to do it, just try it, see if you like the stretch more. Up. Get over there. Stretch.
Almost like a preacher, yeah?
Yeah, count.
Yeah, okay.
I've just always done all my curls with a really over-exaggerated eccentric with a huge stretch. Like you could do the incline curl back here.
But you just
What's
lose that
happening right
tension
here?
there, yeah.
Yeah. Couple more, Eugenia. Get those arms real back there. Real far back behind you. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking. Follow that eccentric down as if another big reach back there.
And you get pins and needles in your hands because like
Yeah.
the bicep pump starts to compress your ulnar nerve or something.
Man, you gotta say, so a lot of people will say that like pump work, which Jared and I hate that term, and they're like, you gotta do partials and you gotta do partials and stuff with speed reps. I've never gotten pumps on my biceps like I have with a huge loaded stretch. Not even close. Controlled eccentric, big loaded stretch. Anyone who says like, well, it's good for hypertrophy, but if you want to pump, you got to do blah, 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 blah. Come train with us. We get the biggest pump of your entire fucking life. Unless, of course, your quad pump today was insufficient. You know.
I've had better.
One time I died and went to quad heaven. Let's get back there. Pull the arms back.
I like doing that.
JK.
Fuck you, Dad.
Not do it
I think
my
anything's
way.
happening right here. What's happening here?
Stretch.
Where?
In your biceps.
Hold these for an hour.
Fucking dummy. What's wrong with his rear delts?
Oh,
Jared, what do you do for rear delts, bro?
fuck. Lots of rows and back training.
That's not a rear delt exercise.
If you say so.
Is it like one-arm dumbbell schmiggledigs? That's what you do?
Sure, man. Why not?
Sure, dude.
I told you what I do, and you can just.
Nah, bro.
Jared Feather told me he did these. I said, sure.
Perfect.
Why not?
Funny random story. One of my friends, actually somebody who's a coworker now and a best friend. You know this story, Jared. This guy, so he was getting into lifting, pretty hardcore for a little bit. And so he knew some of the names, he knew bodybuilders and stuff, and he was hanging out with some guys that were just like, he ended up not being his friends later on. Just, you know, when you're young, you hang out with people that you end up not hanging out with later. And some of these guys are kind of bravado, they like to talk. And so one of these guys realized that my friend was like getting into bodybuilding. He's like, oh yeah, man. I used to train with Victor Martinez in New York. And a friend is like, he's like maybe the most clever person ever. It's just on the spot, like he's gonna burn you. You know, don't get into it. He goes, oh sweet, I'm going to the Arnold Classic in like 3 weeks. If I come up to him and be like, hey Victor, do you remember XYZ name guy who was your training partner? He's gonna be like, yeah, right. And the guy's like, well, like we're like training partners. He's like, oh, I got it. So you were in the gym at the same time as him. And the guy's like, well, he's like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, stop lying. What's wrong with you? Because he was trying to like, he was like, oh, this guy's into bodybuilding. I'm gonna really impress him. It's like, don't. I've heard it before.
I took a selfie with him once and shook his hand.
That's it.
We're
Training
technically
partner.
like, no,
Yeah.
not training partner, coach.
Coach, friend.
Coach.
I'm his mentor.
Best man at his wedding.
Best man. Yep. You're like, I don't think he ever got married. Like, well, if he did. Yeah, so that's the same thing as like, if I say Jared does some kind of cable rear delt exercise, you heard it from me first. And never doubt me. Even though Jared doesn't train rear delts, I don't care. He does when he's in my brain.
Yeah.
Going.
He is. You done?
Done. Thin.
Look at that. This is the optimal shirt rolling technique. I don't know if you saw before when I rolled my shirt up, I went out and what happened? They rolled straight down.
Yeah.
But when you go
Tuck 'em in.
in and the tuck,
Yeah.
learning something new every
I
day.
just like randomly did that and it worked. So I learned nothing.
This is the most important lesson out of today's video.
100%.
100%.
Hoses at the gym and
Yeah.
roll that shit up.
Yeah.
So like, hello sir, will you give me consensual sex to my body? Like, well, yes ma'am, here's a cue card. I'll be waiting in the back.
I should ever hit that one.
I don't know. I normally go the very same triple.
Yeah.
Pepito.